Yo, it's your boy Ozzy here, and this is my second video on this type of series where I show off in a lot more detail about the background of making games. Now, this is our runner series, so instead of wasting your time about everything else in between, I'm just gonna say two or three things. One, subscribe if you like this type of videos. Two, don't forget to download our game, Paradox Lullaby. The update is perfection, and new update is coming fairly soon, which is from my side. So I'm working on like stuff which I'm probably just gonna put onto the update before the next big update. There's like a mini one in between. But that's gonna come when it comes. I'm probably gonna make a video by Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. And maybe make another video of what do you call it, of Reddit around that time in the week, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how busy I get. Anyways, let's jump onto the video. So obviously the first thing I did on this whole situation, on this whole thing, was basically download the mannequin from a different project on Unreal. As you can see in the corner, it's just called Mobile Project. That's how old it is. I highlighted everything and just migrated it. And then I just deleted everything that I did not need at that time. And whilst I'm doing that, whilst I'm deleting the things that I did not need, I'm also on the side of my phone just checking how to make a goddamn game. And I realized there's like 8 golden rules to make this game. I might make a whole video on the 8 golden rules, or I might make it like I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's gonna be deadly interesting. Anyways, back to the video. I obviously just unclicked everything that I did not need, that I did not want, and I did not think was necessary towards the game. So at the end, it was only like 4 things clicked or whatever, which made it easy to migrate to my actual project, which conveniently just jumped straight in. And basically, I just had select project and click on content. If you're making a game, make sure you click on content. If you're migrating, also, well, you can migrate, but it will just come out shit. Anyways, this is how it looked inside my photo file. You can see that I've got 2 different characters now. I've got this one, and then I've got if I can find it, then I've got the third person character right there. Now in the third person character, which I still can't find for some reason. There we go. In the third person character, obviously the schematics and size and everything is default. It's defaulted, which I needed for a future part of this video, which I'll show you later. Now, for the first part of this, I just changed the character from the archaeologist all the way back to the third person character, and then I just reset the scales of it. So then it's just the most basic scales you can get in this type of game, which makes it easier to work on like grid boxing and everything. And now, as you can see, yeah, it's working fine. That's why it's supposed to do. By the way, like we don't have the movement at all, but we're just using like the most basic thing. This is game design in a nutshell. It looks gray and boring as fuck. But you have to keep clicking and keep checking to make sure that things are working. As you can see, my character is moving to the side a little bit there, but I will fix that in the future and make sure that it's moving straight. I literally noted that down on the side, make sure character is moving straight near the mid level of the game. But at the moment, we don't need to worry about that. We just need to get the game working. That's game design 101 for you. Like, get the game working first and then fix everything in between. Make sure shit just makes sense. Now, as you can see, I'm just fighting through the projects and I just realized I kind of don't need the archaeologist anymore. It's kind of just taking up unnecessary space anymore. So then what I do is just simply just delete it, because the only thing it's got is just one reference, so it's not even that big of a deal. And that's it. That's all done and dusted. Now, for the next part, the next big part. It wasn't even a big part, it was just a normal part, I guess. This is grid boxing, and basically I'm just speeding through this part because it's the same thing as the other part. Just find, migrate, delete everything I don't need, and just migrate the grid box part that I need in order to work through the game, which you'll see in a little bit, in about a minute or so. And these are the files which I got in the end. So what I did was just create a material out of these lines essentially. You just click on the material and then you just like make this full screen and just make it like join the fuck in, really. That's about it. Now I don't know what I'm doing here because it looks like I'm struggling just to pull something from the main page to the next page. Oh, maybe because I wanted to explain a little bit of what this is. I don't know. I'm not big on materials. I'm not big on materials. That's the first mistake I made. I just, for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to just add in a literal material by right click and paste it, but that's not how you do it. You just kind of drag in from the side onto the main thing, which is what I did in the end. As you can see, it's all done over there, connected everything to everything, and this is how it came out in the end. Now, that arrow on the side, if you can see the big red arrow, like, I'll see if I can focus on it with, like, I don't know, zoom in or some shit. I don't fucking know. I'll say I can zoom in or some shit, the big red arrow. And then what I did at that point is make sure that it's lined up. The arrow is there, everything is there. As you can see, it's nice and bright, it's nice on the thing, but it's not actually lined up the way I want it to be lined up. So the next thing that I'm thinking of doing is maybe setting up so that it lines up. Well, it lines up on the side, which is good, but now set up so it lines up on the middle, so then the player always knows to go forward. Now, obviously, I didn't fucking edit in at that point, so like, well, I did, but it wasn't. I didn't spawn on the area basically. So I just check it right there, make sure it works, and it works perfectly, and everything is done on that point. Now, the next bit of the video, it's a little bit harder. This is where the coding comes in. Obviously, I'm making this game through blueprints. Now, blueprints are a lot more easier to understand from kind of newer game designers, and I'm making this game through blueprints mostly because of you lot, because I want you lot to understand what I'm doing a lot more clearly. If I was doing on COD, it would look a lot more fucking confusing, to be fair. I'm not even gonna lie. But anyways, at this point, before I actually started to do the COD, I added in a box collision. Now, what's this box collision for, you may ask? Well, you find out in a fucking second. Won't you? Jump straight back on to this part of the video. Now, this part of the video is where I just show like what like the quickest blueprint you can see. Now, in this blueprint, it just shows the game mode of the player spawning, like what area this player is gonna spawn in, and then this blueprint just shows basically what will happen when the player spawns. For example, the player will spawn on the tower, move forward a bit. There's the nodes of where the player is gonna spawn, right, to make sure that that was perfection. And there we go. There is the project. There is the project, basically the basic outline of what our runner is gonna be. As you can see, it's just a little bit of space, nothing big, and then it just continues on infinitely, forever. That's the whole point of a runner. Everything about this is gonna change. Right now, it's bare bones as hell, but whatever. So this video is a slight bit different from the first episode, as you can see, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and everything in between. Peace.